Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more Resident Evil 4 Remake. As I've mentioned before, I'm playing this in honour of fellow YouTuber Lotaeri, who has undergone his first treatment of chemotherapy for leukemia, and he's now home recovering before he'll go off for his second course of treatment. It does seem that the first course of treatment was very effective, but that he had an unbelievable amount of allergic reactions and negative responses to the medicines, so it's hit him pretty hard. Now, fingers crossed he will make it through this. The doctors said he had a very good chance of full recovery, but obviously he's taking it pretty hard, and bless him, poor chap. Now, he has been watching this series, and that's great. He's even recorded a couple of episodes of his own while he's home, and honestly, he's further ahead than me, and if you're all watching his playthrough, then hey, you know what? He's a better player than me. He's more used to this kind of game, and that's okay. I'm still playing it anyway in his honour. Hopefully this will help him pull through. He says he was able to watch my episodes when he was in the hospital, but that he didn't have access to his normal YouTube account. So yeah, I'm going to keep plugging away and working my way through this, and hey, hopefully that provides some entertainment for him while he's on the road to recovery. And if, you know, he doesn't manage to finish this game, then I'm going to finish it for him, even if I'm going to do so in an incredibly inept manner. Now, in the last episode, interesting stuff happened. After coughing up blood, Leon suddenly loses consciousness. Something is lingering inside his body, silently eroding him from the insides out. He needs to find Ashley before it's too late. Now, as I was saying, in the last episode, I did a handful of things. Look, I'm clicking it. Oh, knife is out apparently. Not anymore. I defeated the big fish puzzle monster. Not the big fish monster, the fish monster puzzle in the middle of the lake. And I was quite proud of how well I'd handled that. I'm going to bring up a menu just so that I can... it's out here, wasn't it? Yeah, down there. So, I was aware that the puzzle involved 3 overlapping triangles of tiles. I was aware that each triangle could essentially only rotate one way in a anti-clockwise direction, and that if any one tile in a triangle needed to be moved to to a position outside that triangle, it needed to rotate through the central position. So move it into the middle, then move another triangle to rotate it out. I had no idea what the minimum amount of moves required to complete the puzzle were, and upon seeing that I had one triangle almost complete, and I just moved it out to the middle and moved the next one, and it was all done. I did not expect to be able to do it in 2 moves. It caught me completely by surprise. I did not expect that at all. With that being said, it could easily have taken me much longer if I hadn't been aware of the fact that the only way to move a tile out of a triangle was through the middle, and that once a tile was in the middle, it was in all 3 triangles and could be moved by any of them. Understanding that was important. Having an idea of what the finished image should look like helped as well, although I could tell from how the edges of the pictures lined up. I was expecting it to take more than 2 moves, and that honestly impressed me with how well that went. After that, we'd got the second head, so we'd got the key for the church. We came out here into the quarry and fought the great big troll giant ogre thing. That was a very hard fight, and in all honesty, if I hadn't used a green herb infused mixture of herbal medicine, I probably would not have survived that fight. There was a moment when I honestly thought I was done for. The life meter was practically empty, and I still had the thinnest sliver of health alive, keeping me standing, which enabled me to win the day. Additionally, there was a white wolf that came to help us. I have been informed that that wolf was a character from a previous game by this company, a returning cameo, and that not a lot of people know that. I can't remember the name of the character, sorry, I just thought I'd pass that on for those of you who might be interested in that little piece of information. At this point, we have made it back past a very deadly dangerous head mode dog that almost did more damage to us than the giant. Almost. It almost took us out of action, and goodness, that was rough. And we're back here now to unlock the entrance to the church. There is a locked drawer in here, for which we do not have a key. There is treasure here which I don't believe is locked, but we'll need to use Ashley to climb through. There's treasure here which I believe is in the attic, in the loft, where we haven't been yet, and there's a ladder which we will need to use to climb up. There we are. Collapsible ladder. And this here, treasure, is not on any of the accessible map levels. We probably will want to return here at some point. If only to look for small keys. I believe there are less small keys than locks. I also am aware that if we get into the church and rescue the prisoner, then we can expect all hell to break loose and to have a very hard time making it out of here alive. What is this? This is treasure. Why do I not have it? Probably because my pack is very full. That is 3x1, it won't fit in here. Right. This is also 3x1. Okay. Wait a minute. There we go. So we got a 4x2 there. And we do need more bullets. It would be lovely to have more bullets for a shotgun, but we don't have the powder for that just yet. Our pistol is actually quite low as well. I will need to consider... Wait, that only makes... No, 30. Oh, I have 5 down here already. I like that. It actually shows me the current amounts I have. Ooh, that is useful. I think I need to make some pistol bullets, realistically. But I'm going to hold off a little longer. So I want to go back and seek out this treasure and discover why it is not yet within my grasp. Where could it possibly be? It's not there. It could possibly be inside the building. Or right up here. Oh. Okay, so wait a minute. I'm trying to work out the shape of the... Huh. Just a moment. Could it possibly be... A little jog. I probably shouldn't do this, because running is louder. Ooh. Actually, that's really good. So what I've done here is I've approached this corner and turned this way. Walking round this corner, there is a massive blind spot here to the right. It's good to be aware of that in case I come rushing round here in a hurry later on. Could the treasure be down here? No. It's to the right of me. Which means that it is probably inside the building. This is interesting because I suppose I'll get inside and find it, or not, as the case may be. Interesting because the building did not look like it was that expansive at that point. Oh no, I see what's happened. I see what's happened. So the map has... What was that? Sound. Right. So that's our save room, right? I've gone too far. So essentially what the map does is gives the impression of a wall here. It gives the impression that this is the edge of the church and that's the back of it, whereas really the church expands out to here somehow. Interesting. Now, it might be worth running back to the merchant here, but I don't think that's wise. There's no point trying to clear the way because villagers are mobile after all. Let's put this single item to good use. Actually, wait. I could be really stupid, right? I could go all the way back to here. Oh, that doesn't... Huh. That doesn't make much sense at all. Right, so... Because I want to come back here at some point as well, right? So I could work my way back through the village, trying to tidy up any loose ends, like the shrine, the way shrine here, right? Try to tidy those all up now before... Because if any villages are created by the game and placed after I go into the church and rescue the fair maiden, then that would make gathering these things a bit harder. But I don't know if those extra villagers have already been placed, and if going back here without her would be even more deadly or something. So I think I'm going to go for the intended experience and open the gate. And now the hands are all facing outwards, like the cult emblem. I feel I should look both ways in case there's any items here. This does not seem to be the case.
Ashley Graham! I'm here to help.
That is an odd... Right. I'm going to have to talk about that in a little bit, but not yet. Here's a sort of lever. Now, let's look at what we have revealed. First off, there's lots of pretty colours. This is a really bad stained glass window, and I'll have to talk about this. Now, with stained glass windows, the glass pieces are held in place by lead, and the lead goes between all the pieces of glass. And where you have a particularly large area of colour, it will actually be divided up into smaller pieces of colour with lead bars connecting them for the structural integrity of the piece. This bizarre puzzle here has rotating sections. As you can see, there's blue here on top of blue, on top of a bit of red, on top of a bit of green in the corner there. And we have this cult symbol again, which is present here, 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 and here. The only way I think this can be possible is if there are 4 stained glass windows in place here. 1 for each colour and 1 for the cult symbol at the back. And those would need to rotate in front of each other, and it would look really messy. We do not see the missing lead lines connecting things on each of these individual rotating sections, and that is literally impossible. So there's something very odd going on there. We've got a small key. Did I not say something about not wanting to miss certain... Oh, and 5 bolts of a bolt thrower. Just placed... Hello, I see you. We'll have that. Definitely. Oh yeah, I'm just going to loudly kick these and get more gunpowder. A blue dial. Wonderful. Let's consult the map once again. So, the missing treasure is now to our right. Presumably, yes, on an upper floor. Move the map up, move that down. So, top floor of the building. However, Leon now has a mission. And it is a mission that involves taking as little damage as possible, but it also involves returning to a locked drawer before he reaches some kind of point of no return. And yes, that involves running all the way back through here with no head mode dog trying to murder him. Right, just a moment. There. There is the culprit. There is the thing that nearly spelled Leon's end. And in the words of almost every fighting fantasy or lone wolf auto kill, your life and your mission ends here. I think it was Joe Diva who used that a lot for lone wolf. fighting fantasy would often be like your life and your quest or something, but they had a more varied. It's not that there was anything wrong with it being a kind of stock phrase, but it would become a bit recognisable if you suffered a few too many of them. You'd go, oh, wait a minute. He's checking his reloads. You know, maybe that's a clue. Perhaps I should. No, it's loaded already. Because the merchant had a locked drawer back here. I don't think there were any others around the lake. But I think this is the one I'm least likely to return to. So I might as well nab it now while I have... I was going to take a hard left there. Then I saw the purple light ahead and knew this was the direction to go, and that if I did turn left I'd just bump into a wall. It's okay, let's just go. Whoop. And just miraculously and short of cracking our head open on those things, it's interesting as some of Leon's jumps down are obviously curtailed and kind of reined in. So he kind of goes down at a... Hello, a brass pocket watch. Delightful. So he kind of falls down, like from there, like a beautiful curving arc that comes to here and then kind of like tucks in and goes back to avoid hitting stuff. It's the trajectory changes in an amusing manner. I noticed that when jumping down in the cave where the second head for the lock was.
You have the stench of battle on you, mate.
Yeah, no kidding. There was some kind of giant monster.
What can I interest you in?
Let's part with this and this.
Your valuables
There we go.
won't do you much good in the grave. A deal well struck.
And while that money can almost certainly be used for upgrades,
A well-tuned weapon. That's good work, if I do.
there's going to be
so
some
myself.
repairs in order as well. I don't have enough bullets to warrant upgrading the shotgun very much at the moment.
Molding a weapon to suit your specific needs. Oh, it's a thing of beauty, isn't it?
Okay, I will go for this.
Dazzled, are you? Our craftsmanship demands no less.
Not that it's going to hold a massive difference. Now, I don't particularly
What's that?
need a lot of large
How
resources.
have we procured these curiosities? You don't want to know, mate.
I need a lot of shotgun bullets, which I'm not getting.
Got a selection. Might want to take care of any leftover errands before going this way. Be ashamed to live the rest of your life.
What if indeed? So just quickly checking, I've pretty much done everything around it. Yeah, this was where the drop down was interesting. This was the lakeside area. I may be able to return here. That's a way shrine on the farm. Got a spot of treasure there. Do we really want to come back through here? Okay, so wait. Come back through here. Window. Tunnel. Then come down to here. And then here. So I need to be on the lookout for blue request notes, because we haven't seen any in a while.
Wondering what?
Where are we? Yeah, we've completed all the requests that we currently have. There we go.
Am I right?
So now let's head back to the church and hope we don't get killed by lots of horrible stuff. Oh right, locked drawer. Where were we? One, possibly in the headman's mansion. Oh, and one just right here by the church. Ooh. And the temptation to get that one would have been very strong. Okay. Well, I managed to avoid that temptation, and I may just have to leave that treasure in the church. And I should take this time back to the church, planning. That is truly a hideous beast. And here is the white wolf we spoke of. You're looking down. This is a good dog. There are bad dogs in the game. We have seen them. They have tried to kill Leon. The good dog has not tried to kill Leon. It is grateful that he helped it. And he, in turn, is grateful for its assistance. It came to him in his time of need. Probably saved his life, to be honest. Now just watch. After all this time playing, I get to the church and get absolutely murdered. But hey, this is a rescue and we're gonna do the best we can. Look at that. Imagine if there was enemies on that we would have to try and... They'd be like making ranged attacks at us. Like throwing torches and dynamite as we came along this path. And we'd have to like... You know... run up to the edge here. And shoot down at them. Probably not from this angle. Maybe more like this. And then like one might fall onto that one and roll a bit and then get up and we'd have to shoot him again. That would be very challenging and more of a kind of first person shooter vibe, I imagine. Either way, it just looks very, very unsafe. Now, when Leon entered the church and called out the young girl's name, I say young, she's like more of a young adult than a young girl, really. She's what, 20? So not even a teenager, technically. Although she hasn't been one for not very long, you know. Until recently, a teenager, let's say. So we got ourselves a locked gate with an obvious cult symbol upon it. I think we know what needs to be done. There we go. So, let's look at this, shall we? Which colour do we want to be turning first? We have the pattern at the back to line everything up with. Let's go... What I'm trying to... Ah, no. That won't work. Wait. It does not line up perfectly. But what I've done, and again, there's no mouse on screen that I can point at things with, is create a lining up between the blue sections on the right and the lower leg and central tail of the image at the back. So now I wish to rotate. As you see here, just to the left of the central image, that spike I'm rotating over, so slightly in front of the red section, should fit perfectly with this. I say perfectly, it's somewhat perfect. And then rotating the red, I should be just filling the gaps. Until it becomes apparent where these things should fit. Aha! I see a shape here. You see this shape? In the top right, but looks like it'll fit in there perfectly. And there we go. So, essentially, I used this section, these two sections here to line up with this, and this bit to line up with this. Then, with the greens, I used this bit here to line this up, and then I rotated the reds until I saw that this needed to go here. And my task was done. Just another quick search in case there's any further treasures here. There do not appear to be. And now the colours here are slightly less chaotic in that there's only being one. I mean, that does look purple, doesn't it? So that's like blue on the red carpet maybe. But essentially the colours aren't clashing so much, they aren't overlaying each other. And we have a nicer layout. I mean, I suppose what I could have done over there is I could have turned, stepped away from a puzzle, looked up, and pointed then at the things I couldn't point out at the time for you all to describe my line of thinking, or to illustrate rather. At this point,
Ashley, you in there?
She's like, yeah, you shouted for me ages ago, then you fucked off and left me here for a long time, and now you come back again? Who are you anyway? Are you going to sacrifice me or what? Why should I even tell you? Okay, I'm just going to smash these, because that will totally reassure her confidence that she is blatantly safe and not going to be killed by some lunatic who's smashing up stuff in the church. We now have more bullets in our shotgun, by the way. I feel that, yes, pistol bullets is the way to go. The shotgun is powerful. It's very mentally reassuring to use. However, it's a blaster, right? It's a blunderbuss. It's a cone. It's a shoot everything in front of me. Sometimes you don't need that. You don't need to blast through multiple opponents. You just need to shoot one little thing. Also, the guns are loud. If I'm going to be trying to sneak out of here with a rescued prisoner, not firing loud guns and using something like the bolt thrower would be a really good idea, and it would have been great if I had upgraded its ammunition capacity so I could load small bolts into it and free up those free slots in the case there. However, there is no guarantee that a rescued prisoner would follow along quietly. They may panic, they might run around, make a lot of noise, draw attention to themselves. So stealth may not be an option and guns may be the way to go. As such, having more shots rather than more damage This is our concentrated damage to try and hit 3 or 4 things in front of us, or even just 2, really. Or dogs, because the dogs can dodge around and be hard targets to hit with the pistol or rifle or something. And this, on the other hand, is like a cone that's harder for them to evade. Anyway, as I was saying, I should be looking for clues that a young lady has been here. Also, it's a mobile phone. What's that, a Motorola? Nokia? I don't know. I'd never had a mobile phone. It's not my thing. Don't want one. Glad I've never had one, really. There's only been a few times where it's been a major inconvenience. This phone has been smashed. It's been damaged. Maybe someone trod on it after it fell on the floor during a struggle. Sigma Gamma Phi 3 times. Someone likes the Greek alphabet, apparently. That could be an American college student thing. That's Epsilon, isn't it? The E. And then the upside down L. And I can't... Can I rotate this? Like... No. Look, here we go. There. Yes. I feel that's supposed to be that way up, with the heart inside the bottle-like thing. So I'm thinking... It's got a camera on it. Okay, but as I was saying, I'm thinking that is like a 20-year-old college student slogan or logo, or what do you call it? Like a motto. Oh wait, hang on, it's got a thing, hasn't it? It's got that thing on the side. There. That thing. I can't point with the mouse again. Right. Not this here, which is like a USB socket, but these bits up here on the top half, on the edge. What do those do? They seem to serve no purpose at all. Are they like buttons you press in to release the phone cover so it comes off and you can change it for one that's not pink? I don't know. There's a... Wait. Microphone on the back? Was that... You'd think it'd be down... No, so there's a front. So front and back, so you can talk into the back of it like an idiot who doesn't know what they're talking about, or just be drunk or something. Where's the speaker? Because the sound's got to come out of it as well, right? I'm not so sure. Maybe it just comes out down by the microphone. Okay, well, I've looked at it. There is a climbing thing that requires a climbing person, and I appear to have totally missed something, because she doesn't seem to be up here. Maybe there's something really obvious, like a doorway. Cult symbol there by the lantern on top of the books, by the way.
Ashley. Ashley Graham, are you in here?
Just let me go.
Listen. Easy with
Careful,
that.
you could hurt someone with that.
My name's Leon. I'm hearing the president's orders and
She does not look happy.
that went well. Hey, it's dangerous outside. You need to listen to me.
What is that? Over there?
That is some kind of lynch mob with torches.
The lost lambs are escaping.
Perseguirles.
Deliver unto them salvation.
That can't be good. the sheer lack of conviction in the word salvation. It's just, it should have been like, deliver unto them salvation. But no, it's just salvation. Just cold, empty. Like, he doesn't really care about it. But hey, apparently I've completed another chapter. Good for me. I feel vaguely less shit. Again, remember the time down there includes an unexpected and unwanted 3.5 hour phone call where I had to pause the recording and just stop the game. Now, confirm what? Right. How have I done? The first daughter, because apparently he might have had more than one. No, apparently it's an American thing where they call the president's wife the first lady, and then, like, the president's children the first son and the first daughter. Like, there's some kind of royalty. Which is ironic, as they don't want to have royalty. They want to be a... what do you call it? A republic? But they literally have, like, essentially noble dynasties running their politics, and you have, like, the big names who constantly get elected, and it's like their family, and they literally, like, train their children up like princes and princesses to be the next rulers of America, and other people don't often get a look in. So they essentially are almost a feudal... I mean, if you think about it, with the American states, if you imagine each being like a barony or a duchy or something and having a knight running over it like a local governor, yeah, it basically is just nobility without the accountability. And nobility without accountability is bad. Nobility with accountability is good. Essentially, if the nobleman thinks, well, look, I need to look after this place because I'm leaving it as a home for my wife and children, you know. When I die, they will take over. I don't want to leave them with a shithole to run, unless I really hate them or something. And if I run the place really badly, you know, I'm going to get murdered and someone else will get put in charge. My whole family probably get killed too. You know, essentially, it makes them want to look after a place like a good parent. Yes, there are examples that state otherwise, like, you know, King John. There have been some bad nobles, obviously. But when you look at modern politicians who do the same thing, except they just have to get elected, they have very little motivation to take good care of their subjects. The politician's main motivation is to leave office, leaving the place in such a bad condition that the opposition get in and do such a terrible job that no one votes the opposition in for a very long time. Essentially, the politician is not motivated to look after future generations, but to ruin things for the opposition to make it more likely that his own party will get constantly in. This is terrible. There's no accountability. You can be evil Tony Blair and try and get us to use the euro. Thank goodness we didn't fall into that stupid trap. And then go and be a war criminal with George Bush, and then carry on for years until you finally give Gollum Brown the reins of power, like a year before the next election, and he can't do anything, and he's just left with a terrible mess that you've left him, because you blew all the national debt, sold off our gold reserves, and, you know, made our lives better for like maybe a year and a half when you were first in office, and then it just went rapidly downhill from there. Also, evil Tony Blair made a series of election promises, and this was my first election that I'd get to vote in, and I thought, you know what, I will pay attention to the candidates who could get elected and their election promises. And when he got elected, I didn't need to keep track of the election promises of the others. I was just like, okay, let's see who gets in, and let's see how many of their election promises they keep. It took him 5 months to break the lot. 5 months. And in all fairness, within 3 months he'd broken all but one of them. It just took him 2 more months to break the last one. I can't even remember for the life of me what those election promises were, but I know how quickly he broke them. And that was very disappointing. Not disappointing that he had broken his promises, but disappointing that the person we had elected had broken their promises. Anyway, what happens now? We finish, and the game says chapter playtime 3 hours 20 minutes 16 seconds. No deaths. Miraculously, despite how close I came with the giant troll thing. Accuracy down to 70.6%, up from the 80-85% we've been seeing so far. Yeah, I must have had some bad shots this time. 21 times damage. Hey look, enemies do damage. It's fine. Would I like to... Yes, save the game. I blatantly would. Here we go. I am allowed to save a game at the end of a chapter. This is something I will enjoy doing. Next. Let's continue. Because that would be a very short episode if I just ended right there, wouldn't it?
What do we do?
Your father trusts me. And I need you to trust me too. And do exactly as I say. I'm gonna get you home safe.
Okay. Okay, Leon.
The villagers have found us. Or have they? They've found their way into the church, and while it would be lovely to lob a grenade down there...
Alright, let's get the hell out of here.
We're already crouching, that's beautiful. First off, I'm glad to have reassured her. Oh, hey! Where did this come from? This wasn't there before. Let's go back in here. Because apparently, in here is treasure. Ah. I see treasure. I see knife. Knife says, lady, back up. Look. The last thing I want to do is make a lovely yellow diamond. Perfect. The last thing I want to do is make a loud noise. Okay, girl, are you going to crouch with me? Lovely. Let's crouch together. Now, is that intentionally there to prevent them coming up and catching us anytime soon? They almost appeared to be chanting. Those branches outside gave the impression of cracks in the glass. That was not the case.
Seriously? Just bought this.
Material girl.
Get the ladder.
Me?
So she knows how to climb. And she knows how to climb in some quite considerable heels. Now let's back up so we don't get bashed on the head by a ladder. Why does it say 15 on the wall there? 1-5 something.
What do we do? There's no way out.
Let's stay hunkered low. Although we'll demolish this. Attachable mines. Those things that we can... Okay. Crouch. 8. You rat. May be required for a blue note. We did not get a completion note there. So the rat was not required. We have barrels. Money. Keep hunkered down low. Because we remember that smashing barrels does not make any noise. This window is completely open. Let's ignore it for a moment. Is there a... Right, we would need to climb down that ladder. So this is above the roof of the chapel. They have no line of sight to us yet. Okay, let's climb through a window. It's a long way down.
No way.
It's okay, I've got you.
This is like a child who doesn't want to get into the swimming pool, right? I mean, look, it does look
Hey,
very deep
trust me.
and very dangerous. And that's a lot of hard stone for her to land on if anything goes wrong. I want to talk about that nose of hers at some point as well, right? It's slightly longer in profile than it would look from the front, with a slight hint of a Roman nose. Which actually seems appropriate for what I was saying about nobility, as she is the daughter of a ruler. Oh shit, no.
Roost, I've secured Baby Eagle.
Copy that. Is she okay?
Affirmative.
Well done, Condor 1. I'll dispatch a chopper ASAP. I'm sending you the coordinates for the extraction point. Make your way there, and don't let anything happen to Baby Eagle.
Copy that.
Hurry. The weather is getting worse. Roost out.
I looked up to see if she was at the top of the ladder. Hey, I didn't open the map there. And the extraction point is through the farm. And hey, I see lots and lots of treasures here, which are apparently important.
Like I said, it's dangerous. Stay close.
Okay.
So I looked up the ladder to see if she was jumping down or climbing down the ladder or following me already. She's actually not far off Leon's size with the heels. She comes up to like half a head to a third of a head shorter than him. Without them, I mean, they're pretty big, so they're almost like half her head already. So without them, she'd be more like just over his shoulders. That is a nice jacket she has, and that is posh hair, right? It's full-bodied, it's elegant without being too extravagant. And she does appear to have overall good taste without being too flashy. Let's hunker down. I've got a horrible feeling the sneezes are coming back. I hear enemy voices. There are enemies in the church. You know what? I should do a quick map check. We've got a locked drawer in there, which we're not going to get into unless we both get another small key and come back for it. There is one locked drawer. If we can find one more small key in this whole section, it may very well be worth coming back, as that's the only locked drawer we have. Man, if there's a small key up there in the village chief's loft, that's great. Now we've got to haul this back up. This must have fallen over at some point when we were in the church, because we were able to pass through there quite freely on our, before we went in. Ashley commands: tight/loose. Switch between tight and loose formation with control. Ashley will stick close behind Leon while in tight formation. This can be effective when running past enemies, as we see in the image up above. I am aware that a number of people find this tight and loose combination fairly amusing. Look, Ashley's fairly new to this, so we're probably going to want her to be quite tight to begin with, but after a while she might want to loosen up a bit, or it may just happen. Yes, I know what I said, I know how out of context it could be taken, I have a sense of humour. Switch between Ashley will hang back behind Leon while in loose formation. This can help her avoid enemy attacks. So she'll back up, hunker down in her crouching, dodging position. Whereas the tight is, you know, stay right by me, we're moving now. So this is safe, the other is fast.
Are you gonna catch a cold?
Hey, lady. Not what I expected to hear you say, but that's okay. It is wet, it is cold. Now, remember what I said about blind spots here? I spy with my little eye something beginning with enemy with their back turned to me waiting to be backstabbed. However, remember the blind spot. If I go out there to tackle that enemy, I'm going to have to ask her to stay back. Now, I can take that door, go through the tunnel, come up there through the gate to try and get a better angle, better point of view on this situation. I may just need to live very dangerously and go shook like that. Now let's go back. Now, enemies are not endless and they are not stationary. I like the way he shakes his hands a bit there to get some of the water off. They shake themselves dry. We've seen this before, haven't we? Does she comment? Does she echoes like? And here we have no small key. What I might want to do, just in the interest of saving time, is save the game. Man, that music was so like the beginning of one of the Severance music tracks there, the first few notes. Which is ironic, because that music track has a lot of vocals in it. It's like a ghoulish chorus of gasps and moans and angry, hungry sounds. Now, we absolutely could climb down here. What would that avail me? It would let me come round this angle to have a better view of this corner here. I don't think it would be too helpful. Hey! Can I bring her back out this way? Can she get in the boat? There's an idea. I don't know if she can get in the boat. Obviously, the intended extraction point is over here. I could try and get the boat across to here and come through this way. But that's really not what I'm supposed to do. That might be amusing to try and do off camera. So, the goal right now Sneak through here. Sneak through this graveyard. This could be a bit of it. So we've got the trees along here, haven't we, to use as cover. What am I moving this for? I can just use the mouse. So we get to the town hall. The merchant will be here waiting for us. This is very tight. We know there are villagers in the church. We know there are probably other villagers elsewhere, as a whole load of them started coming this way. And only about 4 went inside. There was a woman here watching, so they're anticipating us coming out through this doorway and going that way. So there probably will be other people watching here to prevent our escape. They don't seem to be watching. They may be. Look, this area could be heavily guarded and protected as well. There's no experience points in this game, right? There's no bonus for wiping out all the enemies. The only advantage I would get from that is the items they may drop, which may be less than the resources I would use to deal with them. 31 of 39 treasures. But some are off the edge in places I literally haven't been yet, so like 1, 2, 3, 4. So then there's 4 I can get. We got 1 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Aha! Okay, so I've got almost everything. 1. Oh, damn it! Of course, I've realised one of these villagers could be carrying the last small key. Now that is a dead body. A dead body is a big blatant clue that enemies could pick up on. Also, I should blatantly reload this thing. I should probably upgrade the... You know something, I really... Uh-oh. There's movement. I see lights moving. In between the bars beside the entrance. I mean, that looks pretty open. I kind of really want to go back to the merchant and upgrade the ammunition on this bolt thrower. I mean, it would be great to sneak up there and lob a grenade in. Let's not do that. Let us instead... Oh shit. I think I have to try for the backstab here. And potentially get spotted from the right as I cross over here.
They're coming. Get behind me.
Oh shit. We've been spotted,
What is wrong
apparently.
with these people?
Oh, you! Oh, and arse! Go on, try again. Try again. I dare you. Come on. Yeah, that's right. Oh shit, you're still up? Well, we can change that. Ashley's incapacitated state. Ashley will become temporarily incapacitated if she is attacked by that villager with the sickle, you stupid dumb fuck. She will die if she is attacked again while in this state. In other words, she is extremely vulnerable. Oh, really? Mate. Okay. Oh shit, he's a fucking headman. You're kidding. Alright, can I, like... Nope. The knife is not the way to go with head modes. Are there any others? Okay, girl. With me. Control.
You hurt?
No, I'm okay.
Well, good. Now, hunker down and try not to get seen. Meanwhile, I will go ow a lot and use one of these. So that was not ideal. Over machine gun. If I'm protecting a young woman who can run around... I'll say this now. There is a lot of hate for the original version of Ashley from the original version of Resident Evil 4. The original version of Ashley was accident-prone, vulnerable, annoying, had a death wish, no survival instincts, and a frequent habit of running in front of Leon's gun barrel when he was shooting at things. This version of Ashley is somewhat different, and I would say vastly improved, based on what I've heard about the original one. And honestly, looking at my health, I should probably just use this now, but I want to hold out for a red herb. Or a yellow. I mean, there's a yellow barrel right there. Nah. No. Ignore me, Mr. Torchman. Just turn around and walk the other way, so we can come up behind you and knife you in the back. Excellent. Every peasant I can finish off this way is one less threat on the way to the extraction point. Now, let's get a good view of proceedings. I see Torch down there. And in case it all does get loud, I'd better be ready. The torch is facing this way. They look like they're not going anywhere. By which I mean not turning round and... Uh-oh. Shit. Now I need you... Oh, you're really intent on... on giving the game away, aren't you? No, you don't get to do that, mate. Right. Oh, come on, mate. Fucking seriously? Okay. You gonna try again? Apparently so. Oh, for fuck's sake. Right. Arriva SO to you too, mate. Run like fuck. Captured Ashley. The enemy will try to grab Ashley and carry her off. If Leon is too far away when this occurs, they will get away, resulting in a game over. Well, obviously, we need to use this. Find Ashley. Rescue her. We found her. And... lady, you can't carry her like that, because I will fuck you up with a knife. Sorry about that, Ashley.
Ashley!
Bad language.
Okay?
Yeah.
Prisoner escort duty. And I probably shouldn't refer to you as a prisoner. Oh, you. Yeah, fucking die, you bastard. Are you gonna get up again? You are? Well, hey. Down you go. Give me that gunpowder. And this barrel too. Uh-oh. Don't you dare hit her. Right. Now. Where, oh where, was the owner of that voice? There. Ow. Right. Are you gonna... You are. Excellent. Right, I'm gonna fucking kill you. There you go. Look. Judge not the language. Judge the fact that you're still breathing. Are there any more nasty buggers in here? Or on either side, for that matter. I think we may have... yeah, she's probably, like, freaking out. Like, you're taking me back in there? Yeah, probably not good. I like the way she got out of the way there. Didn't just stand in the doorway like Lydia. Should probably reload. While I can. The other reload seems unavailable. Right, look. I'm gonna make stuff and it's gonna be... sod it. Look, the rifle seems important. I've only got 5 more machine gun bullets. There we go. Our main knife is in trouble. 7. There we go. Well, we've pretty much lost the element of surprise. That being said... It's not 6, is it? 4? No. Yes. Alt. Just in case it helps. And now get our machine gun ready. I should check the shed in case there's anything new in it. We were mercifully not attacked. You did stay outside. Good for you. Now, it would appear that none of those villagers have dropped any nice small keys for me. And I imagine this portion of the village will be pretty hectic as well. So far, I haven't had to tell her to get back. I also probably shouldn't have fought my way through. Okay, speed up, lass. There's no one coming up behind us, though. So I did clear the way remarkably more effectively than I imagined. Now, I believe...
I have some new goods that might interest you.
Yeah, stranger, I imagine the first thing that's going to interest me is this blue thing on the wall right over here. A savage mutt. I need someone to get rid of the wild dog that's been roaming around the village. It'll be easy to spot. It's not like normal dogs. Request. Defeat the strong threat. Area, village chief's manor. Reward, 8 spinels, mate. Progress, none of 1. Now, I'm going to let you all in on a little secret. A thing has appeared on the map, indicating nasty monster face on black diamond background. The monster is not in the village chief's manor. When we go to the village chief's manor, it will spawn somewhere like round here and run back into the village and fight us there. The quest objective is not completed here. The quest is kind of started here, triggered, kicked off, whatever, right? So it's like, go back there to wake it up, make it notice you, make it appear. Now let's... That's unfortunate. I wasn't wanting to point a gun at you, lady, but thank you. First off, I like the fact she moved out of the way. Now, let's talk about her outfit again. Apparently, in the original game, she wore a skirt, and let's be honest, that's a mini skirt, right? And some players had discovered that through careful manipulation of camera angle, they could look up her skirt. Don't know why. Look. People are weird. Anyway, to counter this, the developers have replaced her skirt with... It's like mini culottes, so it's like a pair of shorts disguised as a skirt. I believe the popular term at the moment is like skort or something. Like, so there is a crotch inside there, so you can't look up her. I think she is wearing tights. I think that's tights, fairly dark tights. There is a mod that restores her skirt. I don't think it lets you look up the skirt. I wouldn't particularly be that fussed about it. I have a pretty vivid imagination, and I did my biology lessons in school. I know what's up there. I don't need to see it. Besides, she's got tights on anyway, right? But that weird little choice to try and prevent some kind of abuse that I'm not going to do anyway bothers me. It's like, let her wear a skirt. You know, maybe she feels more comfortable wearing something with a crotch and just sits better that way. I don't know. Oh, she's smiling. That was nice. So I was going to say, the nose looks older, the hair sophisticated, the face is almost young looking for her age. And there is something... And yes, her scarf does look like it's blood-stained, like she's bleeding from the neck. But actually it's kind of red with a whitish border. Beautiful brooch. She's also... So there's a couple of things I'm going to say about her. One thing I will not say till a much later point in the game, where she comes up with a particular line of dialogue during a conversation at a very particular point, and I will have something to say about that when the time comes. Another thing I'm going to say is she's Irish from the neck down. Northern Irish, I believe, actually. Which is to say, the face model for her, I think, was Dutch, but the body model, who modelled her body for all the DLC outfits, is Northern Irish. And actually, the body model is very similar in the face as well, but doesn't quite match. There's a few subtle differences. The nose is different. There's a few dimples around the mouth, and there's just a few subtle differences. And so the face model does look different. I know this because I was recommended the body model in full costume, mind you, playing as Ashley, rescuing Ashley, to watch her playthrough. And it was quite amusing. She did a reasonably convincing American accent most of the time playing Ashley, except for at times when she panicked and the Northern Irish accent really came through. Let's see if the merchant does have anything new, or if he's just got the same old stuff he had here, like the reduced price on a bolt thrower.
Welcome. Got some rare things on sale, stranger.
Well then, stranger, let's see what you have. Nothing particularly new here just yet.
How how have we
However,
procured these curiosities? You don't want to know, mate. What
nothing
you
new
see
at
is
all.
What I've got.
Right, flash grenade recipe. Could be really good. Could be incredibly useful. I believe there is a later point in the game where we get a reduced price, like a special offer on the flash grenade recipe, and where it is explicitly pointed out to us that we probably want to get this recipe and want to use these a lot. It has been... Sorry. 3 o'clock in the morning yawning there. It has been pointed out to me that I probably do want to be using these a lot more often. Head modes can't stand flash grenades. Flash grenades kill head modes. That being said, Leon doesn't know this in character yet, and player and character knowledge are separate. So I'm not going to be abusing this just yet. Also, I could probably do it for money to repair my knife. The first aid spray does feel like it would be a really good investment at this point in the game. Let's mend our knife.
Good as new.
We have nothing special to sell.
I'll buy almost anything.
And we'll be looking for things to put gems into. So at the moment, if I were to buy that, I'd only have 1,200 left, which would be like a couple more knife
in
repairs.
your pocket or your life.
So I think I just need to hang on to this
Well
lot.
then, what can I do you for? Don't get yourself killed now.
Additionally, looking at the time and the probable episode length, I should just save the game here. Thank you for moving out of the way, by the way. You're such a dear. Oh, look at that. Has she lost weight? Just thinking a few of the sort of beginning signs of what she might look like when she's older, and she looks like her cheeks might have been a bit fuller, but then she's like gained a little more self-control, changed her diet, made an effort to lose more weight. Just a thought. Now, I'm not thinking that like she's been starved and malnourished while she's been here and she's lost weight that way. She looks like she hasn't been here that long. She's still reasonably well fed. Her clothes are in pretty decent condition. While the photographs show her in disarray, her garments aren't particularly torn or distressed or damaged. Oh! That little fussing of her fringe. That might be a new addition. She might not be used to having a fringe. She might be used to having a parting, a different hairstyle. She might have had it cut recently. But she's not doing that little shake of the head to shake back longer hair that isn't there anymore. That some women who've recently got a shorter haircut do when they're used to having it below shoulder length. So I think she's used to this length. The bob was reasonably popular at this point in time. If this was like a 90s short hairstyle for girls, would have been quite different. This is more sleek and elegant. Possibly the shortest her parents and family would let her get away with. Oh, she's looking to check if her boots are dirty or scuffed or something. I should probably stop talking about her. I'm making her feel a bit self-conscious there. I am tempted to install the mod that just gives her back her skirt, to be honest. Just for immersion and sake of, like, it would just feel right. Not planning on using any mods for this playthrough yet, although I might just do a small little cosmetic mod like that at some point. I would not try to take abuse of it and view it from beneath or anything. Right, well, with that, it is pretty much 3 in the morning, and I'll leave the episode here. I hope you've all enjoyed listening to me ramble as I rescue this young girl from the church. Got nothing against religious institutions, just this one is full of evil cultists who are very bad, nasty people. And I'll look forward to seeing you all in the very next episode, which should be up, maybe a day after this one. Right, well, thank you all very much for watching, and see you all next time. Bye-bye, everyone.